Is Harry and Meghan's Colombian tour actually being funded security-wise by, of course, the British royal family and, more importantly, you and I, the British taxpayer? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time. I'll have a lovely wave. You enjoying it, the tour? Yeah, well, of course, I can see yes. It must be strange on a more serious note, though, because there's Harry flapping around with nothing to do other than stand behind a cable TV actress who glides in like she's some kind of messiah. And here I am, and did you see the kids on that school thing? Completely underwhelmed. I'm not even sure if they know who they are. But of course, clearly, Franny Martinez is basically, really keen. She's a bit of a fangirl, although it's diminishing. I can see literally in everything that they're going for. She's slightly losing it. Here's this wonderful piece of news that I wanted to share with you from literally somebody who's out there right now. And you can understand this if you think about it, because there's Franny, she's done her best. She's gushed about liking them on that Netflix documentary and all that stuff. So got it all wrong, but nonetheless tried her best, And where it gets really fun, I think, for me, is the fact that Franny, of course, really wanted to sit next to a real life royal. Oh, yes. And if you look at all the seating arrangements, sadly for Franny, she's now stuck next to Meghan regardless. And apparently when she wanted to get moved and sit next to, of course, Prince Harry, a real life member of the British monarchy, well, she was told, no, the picture alignment needs to be this. So basically they can always crop Harry out and it just be those two. If you wondered why she was sulking a little bit at that particular event, that was the reason behind it. But let me get back to this, because this is an important thing that's emerging over on the internet, right? And it's always good to tell you the inside track on this. You'll notice that certain areas around the world, when they're doing security, whether of course it's the intelligence in America, they always have these pin badges. I've worked with a lot of them because they bring a lot of these very VIP people into the studio. I've actually got a badge, in fact, but what's interesting is this, that they let you know, and then other people know what you're part of. Now, a lot of people are speculating by the fact that two security members alongside Harry and Meghan are in fact wearing these badges. So what are the badges? Well, let me tell you, the first person has a right to wear the badge because he is Met Police, part of special branch, that sort of stuff. So he would have been given the badge. The second badge is not the same as the first badge. If you scan in, it's slightly different, but they're in no way related or being paid for by the British royal family or indeed the British taxpayer. I can't stress this enough. I know that's a story circulating to make it bigger, but what's interesting about this particular thing is that, and you can only go on what the palace tell you, you understand? So when people say, but they're 100% saying nothing to do with us, we don't provide protection for the ex-royals. They didn't use that phrase, but of course the Duke and Duchess. And again, it gets interesting because clearly these ex-people, ex-police officers, are wanting to align themselves to the security out there. Not everybody would know what the pin badges are for, but it gives them a sense of importance, doesn't it? But truly, according to the very high levels inside the courtiers of the palace, no, nothing to do with them. But of course, it lets people think that they're still very much VVIPs, as it were, doesn't it? And that's exactly, as we all know, what Harry and Meghan want us all to believe. So for those speculating, saying, why are the British monarchy paying for it? They're simply not. But it's always good to get it cleared up. Now, should we have something of a gathering of hands together to see if we can get Franny finally, by the end of the 4 days, to sit next to Prince Harry? She'll get her own way, I'm sure of it. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.